Day three of building a clothing brand, documenting every single day. Welcome to this series. If you're new here, come along for the ride. It's one of the first episodes. We're still on episode three or whatever number this episode may be once this is edited and posted. Come join me and watch me build a clothing brand from scratch while documenting every single day of the journey. And just a warning, don't expect this to be one of those series where I suddenly post a video like how I made $30,000 in the first 10 days of my clothing brand. No, I'm trying to build something serious, something concrete, something long term that is going to be a clothing brand or a brand in general that is going to hopefully outlive me, be around for 3, 4, 5, 10 years, whatever trends, outlive everything. And speaking of trends, or I guess this isn't a trend, but whenever you're going to be seeing this, whenever I watch this back, we're about 3 to 4 days from hearing when or if TikTok is going to be officially banned. Now, this is going to be the focus of this video, of course, because if you know me, if you don't know me, TikTok and TikTok Shop specifically really helped me cement some strong wins and results in ecom. And it was what helped me build this YouTube channel. I started documenting my journey on TikTok Shop as an absolute beginner and showed the world pretty much what you can do if you put your head down and you work really hard on something. And I documented from day zero all the way up to my first 30 days. And it wasn't meant to be like a 30-day journey or anything. It was called the Road to 10K. So pretty much the series ended when I hit 10K, and I was able to do it, I think, in around 30 days or maybe a bit less than that. And it was amazing. I got my first real big wins in ecom and actually made real revenue. So I have a very long, I would say, relationship with TikTok, and it was what allowed me to essentially quit my 9 to 5. I obviously have my own Shopify website, but TikTok was always my main source of driving traffic over there organically and getting sales on the platform through TikTok Shop, of course. And something that I look back on and that TikTok made possible was that I never spent a single penny on ads. Well, sorry, I spent I think $100 on ads because they had given me free vouchers and coupons to run ads with, but I never spent my own money on ads. And I was able to get thousands and thousands of orders between TikTok Shop and my website, just creating organic content and working with TikTok Shop affiliates, not influencers and paying them up for anything, but affiliates. So honestly, it was the most amazing platform for small businesses and for growth. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is a pretty scary moment, I guess you could say, where you're potentially losing the platform that's your main source of revenue. It's the platform that you've gotten really, really good at. It's the platform that allows any business to get organic growth without having to pay for advertisements, and no other platform really offers that. Instagram doesn't offer that. Facebook doesn't offer that. What else is there? I mean, there's Pinterest that can, give you organic growth, but it's not the same. There's marketplaces that you can sell on like Etsy and Shopify, but you need to drive the traffic to your Shopify. And Etsy, it's a very slow process where you can't create content on Etsy, to push out your products. You just need to list more and more things. So honestly, it's a very, I would say, difficult time. But I heard someone say yesterday on TikTok, it's that tough times don't last forever, but tough people do. And this was someone who also had a very, very successful TikTok shop. It's a much older guy than me. I would say he's, I don't know, 50 years, 60 maybe. I'm 24. And he had this really successful oral brand. It's called Guru Nanda. I don't know if you guys have heard of it before, but he sells like flosses and tongue scrapers and whitening strips and all these things. And they were able to do hundreds of thousands of sales on TikTok Shop. Maybe they even hit 1 million. I don't know. They were one of the most popular brands on there. And I can't help but think like, damn, that brand is now, they're going to have all this inventory that they could potentially not sell if they're not in a lot of marketplaces. And I feel for all the brands that do have inventory, like this is an even scarier time for them. I'm pretty much all sold out of my inventory. The rest of what I'm selling is through print on demand. So that's not even really a huge stress for me. But these brands that, that any brand that has thousands of units in inventory or tens of thousands, they do sell on other platforms, but still TikTok Shop makes up the bulk of a lot of brands. A lot of brands make millions through TikTok Shop. For me, it's the main source of revenue, the 95% of revenue, but for others, even if it makes up 60-70%, that's still 10-20 million dollars potentially lost maybe not 10 and 20, but $1 million, $500,000, or $2 million lost in a year of potential revenue. And I think it's a very hard and scary time, and it shows you that ecom can be very up, very down. And don't even get me started on people who are just, affiliates or influencers, where they don't actually have a brand, or they make most of their content on TikTok, and that's how they make money from their short form content. Like, yeah, they can make it on Instagram and on YouTube Shorts, but it doesn't monetize the same. It doesn't pay the same. It doesn't have the same organic growth. Most people that grow on YouTube will usually grow through TikTok. Most people that grow on Instagram grow through TikTok. They get their followers to go over there. So, man, it's just a very weird time. And I think for me, in building my clothing brand from scratch is going to make things a lot more difficult before they've even really took off or started, because now I'm going to have to build it out through what other platform gives you short form content to sell products. Only Instagram does that. So I'm gonna have to get on Reels, but I've done Reels before, and it's just, Instagram is just such a shit platform to me. I hate it so much, but you do have to adapt, and you can't just sit about and cry. So I think if this decision does go through and TikTok is just absolutely gone, shut down, what I'm gonna do with the brand is use Pinterest. I think Pinterest does really well for the kind of niche that I have. Obviously, Etsy, I've already started selling on Etsy. I've gotten the hang of it. Again, I don't know when this video is going to be going up, or if you guys watch my other videos or anything, or if you just randomly stumbled upon this one, but I did start a series of building Etsy from scratch, from $0, to prove that it's not luck. And we've actually just surpassed $1,000 in revenue, which, it's great. It's been coming in much quicker just this year so far. The date right now, it's early January. We've done more visitors and more sales than like the last month. So Etsy does ramp up quickly as I've gotten more and more products up. So it's good to pass out first, quickly hit the $100 in revenue, the 500, the 1,000, and then get closer to 2K, 3K, and then you start building up much quicker. But with the brand that you guys are watching this series for, it's going to be something totally new. So that was just to kind of make some more money on Etsy as well, get the hang of it. But again, this isn't exactly a brand that's an Etsy brand, if that makes sense. Etsy is mostly, it's not really clothing brands. You don't see clothing brands on there. You see people put designs on stuff and sell them. But nonetheless, I'm not going to knock it. I'm going to put my stuff up on Etsy. And I think having a mix of warm, kind of wholesome content, photo shoots is a content currency, I guess you can say, on Etsy, and also professional, is going to allow things to stand out a lot in comparison to the people that just sell products on mock-ups or with really low quality images that I don't think hold the same weight. Pinterest, or content on there, again, Pinterest is mostly photos, so again, that nice photo shoot is going to come into play really, really well to push the products on Pinterest. And then you have Instagram for the short form content. Although the organic growth isn't great there, maybe it's going to be time to consider running more ads and things of that sort. But that's where we're at right now. It's very sad times, especially because my TikTok shop started ramping up again, getting more views and followers. And just think about how crazy this is. Over the last 7 days, between my personal page and between, which I use as like an affiliate to promote my own products, and my business account, I've gotten almost 1 million views. 1 million views. Product impressions, I would say over 30,000, not even impressions, but product clicks, just people clicking into my products, seeing them going onto my shop. 30,000 the span of a week for free without spending a single penny on it. And I have access to, right now I have about 10 affiliates that are still going to create content for me, that have hundreds of thousands of followers that I didn't even have to reach out to. They just came and requested samples, and I don't have to pay them upfront for it. I mean, man, if people who missed out completely on TikTok, you messed up bad. You could have been creating content on there, selling your products, and it was what allowed me to quit my job. It was what allowed me to have enough money now to go and invest it into my new brand. It was what allowed me to boost my YouTube. It was what allowed me to buy a new car and go pay for my graduate degree and pay with my student loans and all these things it allowed me to do. And it's just been a tremendous journey. So if this is the end, if this is goodbye, I guess, I don't know, I'll have this video to look back on in a couple of years and say, wow, even though there was this huge barrier, this difficulty that came about, and it is going to affect millions. You know, there's the number that they say is there's about 6 million small businesses that rely on TikTok. That's not counting the influencers and the 8,000 people that work at TikTok. You know, the janitors, the engineers, the catering people, the people that work in the cafeterias at their headquarters. Oh my God, so many people are going to be impacted by this. But again, there's going to be the people who are, it's going to crush them totally. There's going to be the people who are going to adapt and go grow and find a new way to grow. And I think that's what this is. This is just a challenge to weed out pretty much the weak, the people who got comfortable, and the strong will prevail. And when there's a will, there is a way. When one door closes, God opens another one for you. So it's just on you to go find that door. And that's what it is. So day 3, day 4, whatever day this is, you'll see in the title of the video. Come join the ride, join the journey, watch me build this sucker from scratch. And I think what I think I'm going to do actually is I'm not going to make any more other contents, like how to grow, like how to get your first 100 sales on Etsy, or how to make your first $1,000 on Etsy. I don't think I'm going to make that content. There's a lot of it out there on YouTube. I think what's lacking, what I like to watch, and what I think is lacking in general, is just content that's not a ton of edits. You know, what I watch, I love watching creators or successful people who just put up the camera and they just talk about whatever journey, whatever chapter they're in life right now. And I think that's what I want to do, and show you guys that, hey, look, this is just some guy who's going to come up on here and I'm going to show you guys the whole process and everything without explosions on the screen and you need to do this in the next 20 days in order to make $30,000. That's fat. No, I don't want to do that shit. I don't care for it, you know. And I guess that's the nice thing about selling products, physical products, is that I don't need to rely on people buying a course of mine, or like I have a free course even, and I don't need people to go sign up for my coaching or my community. It's not something I need, so I can do this content without, you know, needing the money from people. I sell my products, physical products, so I think that's the nice part of selling physical products. But you guys are gonna see it. So I think what's gonna happen next is that what I'm doing right now in the next few days before TikTok is officially banned and shuts down, is I'm maximizing, trying to make as much money on there as possible, making a ton of content, pushing my affiliates to make the content ASAP so we can get this going. What sucks is that I have these 2 samples that have just been delayed in delivery, that I know once I make a video with them, I've sold like already 40 of them without even having the product in hand or showing it on TikTok. Now when I have them in hand, I just need to make like literally 30 TikToks, sell like 100, 200, and I guess that's going to be it. That's what I'm doing, because I can go and like start creating content now on Instagram and on Pinterest, but it doesn't make sense. There's 5-6 days before TikTok potentially shut down. Maximize the content on there, make as much money, and then if the shutdown does happen, we're going to start building on Pinterest, Instagram, and I'm going to make the new Etsy, work on the branding of the new brand with some professionals, make them bring my vision to life. And yeah, you guys can go follow me on Instagram as well. I kind of show a little bit of the behind the scenes on there. And thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next day of the journey. I'm out.